This is part of it. This is part of it.
Nice.
I'm making you guys laugh. I think I'm doing pretty good. Yes. All right. Well, I call this Smile with Tim Hawk. Tim Hawkins is taken. We've talked about it a few times, and I didn't want to be under his shadow, so I just go as Tim Hawk. But I spelled Tim with 2 M's to also help with Google searches, so people can find me and whatnot. And as you can see, I'm in a house. I'm not in front of an audience because I'm not much of a stand-up comic. I'm way too laid back, a storyteller comedian. So I know I can't do stand-up. I'm gonna dedicate this to being a sit-down comedian, and that's what my show's about. And to me, smile means many things, but spread many important laughs everywhere. That's what smile means. And it's all caps. It's a acronym, I think it is. For the first time I heard the name Tim Hawkins as a comedian, I was actually kind of dozing off in our church. And right in that moment, just like in high school, I heard the name Tim Hawkins and then silence. I had no idea what happened. I was looking at my family like, did they call me up there? All that school anxiety really scaring me. And I'm like, there's no way he's calling me for sleeping. This is all the 10 seconds of silence is all it took. And then anyways, he's like, Tim Hawkins is one of the funniest men I know. I'm like, he still might be talking about me. I don't know if I should go up. But that's when I found out about Tim Hawkins. He's really funny. I've been looking up more of his stuff. He does a lot of musical stuff and whatnot. But he's also a clean comedian, which him and doing comedy in front of you guys, I don't really want to use my vulgar humor. So I want to be a funny, clean comedian just like him. But like I said, it's got to be a sit-down comedy show. So it's that much easier. Anyways, I'm here with my lovely mom, Melissa, and my stepdad, Rob. They, no. I said you could do comments. Thank you. But I'll start with baby Tim. I think it's just the funniest one. You've told me this story. This is not a story I've lived. Well, I remembered, I suppose. You never told me who it was, but someone walked to get baby Tim. I was crying in the crib in the other room, and all you guys heard was a thud, and he said, was it me, or I didn't do it? And a crying baby. So I was never dropped on my head as a kid. That's pretty good, but thrown into a ceiling fan, I think it kind of made me. I don't know. They say head trauma affects you, but either way, I'm funny. That's good enough for me. So, and other than that, there was a time when I was still, pretty young, a toddler. I put a popcorn kernel in my ear, or Play-Doh up my nose, but it was bad enough to where I went to the hospital, and I was throwing a fit, so they had to give me some type of anesthesia or whatever, not for pain, just to calmly get it out of my ear. And also a story that was told about me that makes them laugh too much is that when I, a very young child, was kind of loopy, I was saying, I love doctors, and a nurse walked right in front of me, and as I went out and groped her, I said, I love nurses. Next funny story was also at a doctor's office. I was a little bit older, but those big, giant popsicle sticks that they use to look down your throat? Well, it still gives me goosebumps. I don't like it, and my gag reflex was extra bad. But as he was putting it in my mouth, I was trying to say, don't put the stick in my mouth, but it sounded like, don't put that thick in my mouth. And it just made everyone else laugh. I was embarrassed because I knew what it sounded like anyways. But either way, that's mostly it.
Never used it again.
Yeah, and he didn't do the stick anymore. He felt bad. Probably laughed too. Anyways, another good one when I was about that age was I played soccer my whole life. And my stepdad, Rob, was the coach most of the time. But this one time, me and some of the guys on the team, we all stayed the night here. and he woke us up late, but we didn't know that he picked 2 of them to draw little black whiskers on, and woke us up all late, but woke us up in different groups. Like he told, like, hey, they don't know there's whiskers on them, don't tell them. But then to tell the other ones, like, they don't know they have whiskers on them. So no one knew that it was on 2 different people. And then we rushed to soccer. And then when people started laughing at them, I remember them both going into the bathroom and looking in the mirror and just having no clue. And it was too funny. And he's definitely the one that shaped most of my humor, for sure. And and I get to make fun of him sometimes too, which is the best cycle of humor. We were in Frankfort, Indiana. And I'm very glad I write my memories down, because this was pretty funny. Frankfort, Indiana, visiting some family friends, and he ordered Pizza Hut. He just found a number, ordered online, and then he went there, and they're like, "There's no pizza, there's no nothing." Found the number again. Found the number again. It's like, yeah, no, you called Frankfort, Kentucky, you know. So he had to wait there for the same pizza, and that one's too funny. I had to make fun of him for it. And another memory that I wrote down was from this last Christmas. I needed a lot of tools because I had recently got a construction job at the time. And so one of the things I needed was a lot of size of Allen wrenches. And when we were talking about it for Christmas, Rob talked to my uncle and said, I bought Tim Allen wrenches. And when he said it exactly like that, all I could think of was Home Improvement, Tim Allen. And I'm like, what would that even sound like? It's just when you turn the Allen wrench, it's like, and I debated making that joke because I don't know how many people know Home Improvement or Tim Allen enough. But I just had to do it. Anyways, really, another thing Tim Hawkins said that really struck a chord with me was that's all being a comedian is, folks. It's just living a life, writing down memories, and telling funny stories about it. And he said pretty much anyone can do it, but then he hesitated, paused, and said, no, I'm pretty special. I've recorded like 6 podcast episodes, and that's more the self-help, health coach side of me. But this is just the comedy side. I've watched a lot of comedy videos online recently, all stand up in front of real people. That's the harder part I can't control as much, so I'm just gonna sit down, different places, choose different audiences. You know, maybe people that still like me enough to fake laugh. You guys are doing great, thank you. It's pretty great. And there's my brother. Either way, with my podcast or these future YouTube videos that I'm going to do Fridays or every other Friday, depending on how good I get at editing, because my little brother just walked in and I'm going to see if I can edit that out. But either way, through anything I do, I just want to spread hope and happiness. I want to reach more people, and I even thought about a TV show I could be in the future, you know. Self-help is what I do, but so instead of home improvement, it would be self-improvement, and it would be, you know, Tim the Hope Man Hawkins. And I think it's perfect, you know. I've been working on those noises too, so that's perfect. I got my Allen wrenches. It's great. Either way. And another thing, these are just the random funny thoughts that I made especially for you, Rob, that I did a lot of driving for most of my jobs, listened to a lot of different music, and eventually when I listened to podcasts, that's what really helped me on a positive life journey. And sometimes even listen to comedians, but a lot of the comedy I like is, you know, more gesturing and whatnot. Not me. I said I'm laid back comedian. I'm probably going to keep moving my hands a lot, but that's pretty much it. But anyways, I would just think like about Rick Springfield, if you don't know him by name. Just, I know he wanted Jesse's girl so badly. I mean, or at least a woman like that. And he made a song about it. And I really wonder if maybe she divorced Jesse and Rick got a chance at Jesse's girl. I'd like to think so. I really hope for everybody, but I know that Jesse at least beat him up. that's it. So these are the type of random thoughts I have. And so besides my random thoughts that I can't control while driving, I'm proud to be a clean comedian. A lot of what shaped who I am and who I ended up becoming was probably that I really liked the movie Grease and Footloose and other musicals and stuff like that. The first concert I ever went to was NSYNC. So with my mom and my sister, it was fun. I got a glow spinner. I remember it. I remember not seeing many other boys, but it was fine. It was good. Like, you don't sing along to the songs. You would for sure. But I got a whole bunch of lights and colored strobe lights. I set up for myself, and I thought I was home alone one time. I had my shirt off. I was twirling it, dancing on the coffee table. And that's not exactly the part that No One Lets Me Live Down. I was mid-song to Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman, and just, woo, just going crazy. And either way, I hope you've smiled, laughed, anything, and remember, I love you all. I want you to be happy and continue to smile daily.